Gear, weapon set, hawking. No explanation, just for more damage. Armor set, calm waters. When we do a perfect dodges it gives HP and endurance, giving us sustain. Disc, the dedicated attunement for strategic sword. What it does is when we do our strategic sword's Q twice, we briefly immobilizes them, allowing us to switch to our spear to do spear charge. Pendant, when their key is below 30%, they will get knock up, even if they, holding their guard, so, when you see their key is 30%, play aggressive and keep charging to pop your attunement. This is the best in slot attunement for arena PvP. Your priority is disc, pendant, helmet. When you get CC and use our Serene it gives us tenacity for 2 seconds allowing us to do a lot of retaliation. Or we can parry them. The tenacity we get will be enough to parry all of the incoming attack. Even if we get hit we will not get CC because of tenacity. Only for 8 seconds. Gloves. Every time we parry something we will get 16 key. I like this one for clutching the exhausted phase. Boots. Every time we perfect dodges something, it gives us 8% of our max HP. Paired with calm waters we can sustain a lot of HP. Armor. Reduces damage taken by 28%. I still don't have this one. Weapons. Using execution skill restore 30 vitality and HP equal to 20% of the damage dealt. The next one is deal 15 bonus key damage and recover 5 key hitting your divine counter. Innerway, Sword Horizon. For charge knockup and special skill recast, Wolf Chaser, Tier 3 is required for Super Armor. Super Armor is an ability that allow us to face tank every hit and not get CC, except for hard CC like Nameless Spear Q, Umbrella Q, Fury Harvest. I use this one because I abuse Drunken Poet, and it allow me to do Mystic Skill combo. Is you think you don't need this you can use Moral Chant, Evasive Charge, it help us with endurance, is a must of PvP Innerway, especially up against Fan and Umbrella. Dragon's Breath, a super armor mystic skill. I only use this for execution damage for applying damage over time. Paired with our bleed stack we can do so much damage. We can use this as a panic button up against Red Form Twin Blade. If you are up against tank most of them love to hold their guard. So you can bait them into using any skill and cancel it with Dragon's Breath since it goes through guard. Drunken Poet, super armor mystic skill. This one is something you should abuse since it's a super armor CC, allowing you to pressure your opponent. There's a lot you can do with Drunken Poet, like baiting their divine counter and look for potential catch. You can also use this in your ability gap. When you do Strategic Sword Q, Sober Sorrow, and you miss your opponent, most of them will engage on you. So you can use this to be protected or a potential catch. There is so many ways you can use in this mystic skill, so try to experiment with it. Leaping Toad, super armor mystic skill. I only use this for our combo, but you can use this too as a panic button if your Dragon's Breath is on cooldown. You can also use this as your engage. If you manage to hit your strategic sword's charge, you can use this as a follow-up CC. It required a lot of experience since our charge can mess up our position. Serene Breeze, a mystic skill that can get you out of CC. Not only that it CC the opponent too, only if they're not in super armor. So if we get caught we can use our spear and pop our Serene into spear charge since it's a super armor. We won't get CC by their Serene, allowing us to trade our Serene to their Serene. If they don't pop their Serene we can sit in our super armor and go for execution. Example spear charge, into Double Poet, into Sober Sorrow into Double Poet. Soaring Spin, I mostly use this to perfectly dodge their engage. When we manage to perfectly dodge their ability, this mystic skill can be gold ability, which means it can't be parry or block. If they miss to dodge we CC them. You can also your strategic sword charge as a bait to Soaring Spin, since many player will engage if they see you charging your swords. Note anything they throw at you can be dodged by Soaring Spin. And don't be afraid to use this one because sometime you can catch them, even if they're far away. Think of it like a magnet CC. Yaksha Rush, I only use this if my opponent love to hold their block or parry. You can use any ability or mystic skill to bait their block or parry and use your Yaksha. It's a very coin flip play style that's need a lot of experience. Ghostly Step reduce our dash endurance cost, allowing us to do more dodge and dash. The best way to use this one is when you are getting pressure, or when you manage to pop their Serene. This mystic skill will reduce your endurance, allowing you to run them down. Freemorph, I only use this to perform a true combo. If you don't have the disc attunement, you can use this instead.
Break the square! Overturn! Heavenquaker! Innocent! Square! Heaven's dome! Heavenquaker! Outer ring! Break the square! Overturn! Shatter! Heaven's dome! Break the square! Overturn! Break the square! Heaven's dome!
What is execute charge? When you execute your opponent, you can switch to your spear and try to CC them again when they stand up on the ground, but how does it work? There is two ways to make it work. Number one, many player, when they see you charging your spear, they will try to dash away, and that's what we want. The moment they dash away, that's our cue to let go of our charge. It takes some practice to timing it well. But if you have high pings, don't even bother. Execute charge number 2, many player. When they see you charging your spear, they will try to parry it instead of block, but that's what we want. Parrying Heavenquaker's spear from start to finish without a help of tenacity is close to impossible, unless you have super low ping. Spear charge catch. Catching with spear charge can be a bit tricky, but to make it work you will need to get close to your opponent, try to do a super armor trade. The moment they retaliate, you want to dash away. Since they are attacking you, they will follow you position, and you're dashing away not because you're afraid to them, you're dashing away so you have time to charge your spear, and try to timing their dash away, or the last animation of their ability. It take a lot of practice. It's a low-risk, high-reward catch. Since you are in super armor, when they use Dragon's Breath or any skill that put them into animation lock, try to get behind and charge your spear, and let go of it in the end of animation. That's the only will it work. If you miss time, it's okay. Worst thing is they parry it, but wait a little bit. Some of them will be able to parry a couple of charge, but end up of getting caught.
Over the sky!
Sober Sorrow catch. Sober Sorrow, it's one of our best ability, since it's a super armor AoE/CC. I use it if I get close to my opponent and they're not on guard. I also use this to predict their dash since it's AoE. But the best uses for this is for counter engage. When the opponent engage to us, we can use this to CC them, like Twin Blade Q and Fan Knockup. Nameless Sword Q first hit. You can parry, block, or dodge the first hit and go for Sober Sorrow. Nameless Sword's Q long animation. Just use your Sober Sorrow. Nameless Spear Q is one of the risky one to catch, since you need to perfectly dodge their stun, and it's so disgusting how far they can reach their Q. That is why I recommend you to go for it, so you can get used to it, and it's so satisfying when you dodge it. The way you do it, it's dodging close to them. Even if they dash away, your Sober Sorrow is guarantee will hit. Strategic Sword catch. The way you catch Strategic Sword charge is about position. If you think his charge will land next to you, use your Sober Sorrow early, because if you don't he will CC you, or use your block and Sober Sorrow. Strategic Sword Q, if he missed, or used it in your block, just use your Sober Sorrow. Twin Blade catch. The moment they use Twin Blade Q, just use Sober Sorrow. Rope Dart catch. Rope Dart will always use their charge, so you will be able to get close to them. But some of them will use their Q. The moment they did not glow yellow, that means they're gonna Rope Dart Q you, so ready your Sober Sorrow, and when they dash away, that's usually they wanna throw their rat, and the moment you see them do that, use your Sober Sorrow. Fan catch. You need to pay attention to their character, and the moment you see their knock-up animation, just use your Sober Sorrow. If they Meridian touch you, use Poet for safety measure, because they can cancel that with their knock-up and wind wall. But if you time your Poet correctly, You can cancel that and CC them. Umbrella catch, you will only catch them if they use their stun next to you, or they mess up their knockup timing, so just perfectly dodge and sober sorrow. Strategic sword charge follow up by Q catch. This one I rarely use this one because I like the knockup version, but the way you do it is by hitting your charge first, so it's guaranteed will it work.
Shatter.
Strategic sword charge knockup. Number 1, this is a guaranteed version of charge knockup. When you charge your strategic sword, you will leave a slashes behind you. If that thing hit, you can follow up by recasting your R. Strategic sword charge knockup. Number 2, this one if your charge missed, but you are close to them and you see them dashing away, you can recast your R and hope it hit. Strategic sword charge knockup. Number 3, this one when you're close to them and you want to charge your strategic sword, you can wait for their reaction. If they run, you charge at them. If they retaliate, cancel your charge with Drunken Poet or Soaring Spin. Strategic sword charge knockup. Number 4, not recommended. It's a very coin flip playstyle, but you will caught them by surprise. You need to know how to use your quick charge.